What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am going to take you on what it looks like to go through a long run for me. I have 26K on the schedule. This is the last run of the week. It's going to put me at around 73 kilometers of total volume this week. So I want to take you on the run, show you what the fueling looks like, show you what the mental strategy looks like for me, and then talk a little bit about where I am in my marathon prep and what is to come, but always first, coffee. Let's talk about pre-fuel. Got a bagel in the toaster right now. Typically, I am aiming to hit anywhere between 75 to 100 grams of carbs roughly before my run. So we'll do bagel. The other thing that I really have enjoyed doing is my secret cocktail. Some dextrin, creatine. Take your creatine, kids. And then a packet of Element. So these are what go into my trusty water bottle. And I'll drink this. I should be drinking it, and I should be getting this in around 2 hours before my long run. That's not happening today. It's probably about an hour and a half before my run. Don't tell coach. He'll be on me about that. But usually you want to get yourself anywhere between an hour and a half, 2 hours to make sure that you digest, get the bowels moving, which honestly for me today has been a good day. I already had that action, left that off camera, but that's good news. So I will sip on this and I will eat my raisin bagel with some honey. This peanut butter is empty, but peanut butter. Try to get a little bit of protein and a little bit of fat before. I have the specific macros that my coach has given me, but I don't really remember what those are off the top of my head for you guys. So try to get a little fats, try to get a little protein in, but the key for me is pre-fueling 75 to 100 grams of carbs. ASMR channel now. All right, so talk about what my intra-fueling should finish this. All right, let's talk about what my intra-fueling will look like. This is something that I've really tried to dial in over the last couple of years. So typically on a run like this, it's an easy long run, so it's not a big workout, which will be coming a couple weeks down the road. This would change my fueling strategy, but for today, the goal is to hit around 60 grams of carbs per hour. I'm probably gonna be out there for just over 2 hours with the 26K run. So I'm a big gel guy. I've been training on gels for years now, and it sits well with my stomach. So what I am doing actually today, I typically will use Precision Fuel. There's 30 grams of carbs in this gel. My goal would be to hit at least 2 gels an hour if I was doing all gels, because roughly 30 grams per half hour. I am actually trying these new gels today. I've never tried these. They're called Science and Sport. They have roughly the same amount of carbs, actually a little bit more, so around 36 grams of carbs, which is a lot in a gel, which is good. So I'm hoping that this will tolerate well, which I expect it to. Most gels have for me. But what I've been doing to save money on gels, Sour Patch Kids. This is a hack, my friends. So I'll take a bunch of this on the run to help get that 60 grams per hour. Outside of like getting some carbs in you, the refreshing feeling of putting this Sour Patch Kid in your mouth when you're like deep in a long run is amazing. just for perspective, I will usually on a marathon and when I'm doing big workouts, my goal like is to hit 90 grams of carbs an hour. So when I did my marathon in September, on that race, I was hitting 3 of these precision nutrition or hydration gels an hour. I trained up for that to make sure that my stomach would tolerate it. It wasn't pleasant towards the end, but it is the number one thing that is going to change the game for your training. If you are pushing big mileage, big efforts, the fueling is key. During this run, again, I probably should be doing this. Something I should tighten up a little bit. I probably won't do it today. Maybe I should, as I'm telling you guys this on camera. But typically you'd bring some fluid, like a hand flask or something like that, and consume water throughout. When I'm doing like my actual marathon or really dialing in like my big marathon workouts, I will like bring a specific amount of liquid and typically salt tabs as well. But today is more of an easy long run, really not up to that point yet. So that might come a little bit later. Let's talk about mental strategy for long runs. A big part of marathon training for me is not only adapting my body, but my mind. And there's a certain tipping point that you'll get into in marathon prep where you'll start to see the shift of, okay, now I'm ready to accept doing 20 plus kilometer runs. And I hit that a couple weeks ago and it's a really nice feeling. But from a mental perspective, looking at a 26K long run can be very overwhelming. At least it has been for me in the past, just knowing how long I'm going to be out there. Knowing that I'm going to need to fuel, I'm going to need to hit the fueling at certain times, I'm going to need to make sure I'm prepped pre and post. There's a lot that goes into it. And so whenever it comes to big efforts like this or long durations for running, I really try to break it down into the sum of its parts to make it easily consumable. So when I think about this run, I'll break it down into pre-run, intra-run, post-run. I'm thinking about pre-fueling, what am I going to get in my body? What am I going to do to get my mind in the right place? Then I'm thinking about during the run, when am I going to hit my fueling? So at what point am I going to hit these gels? How much am I consuming? And I really try to focus on that while I'm in the run, so that it gives me something to think about and break the effort into a more manageable spot. And then post, I'm thinking about what am I going to do for food? So what am I going to do for fueling, like right away? Then what am I going to eat, a couple hours after? And then we can start thinking about recovery, which, as much as I should be the peak of recovery from a physiotherapy standpoint, the cool downs for me typically result in fueling and sitting. I don't know, you tell me if it's right or wrong, but that's kind of how I look at these long runs. And oftentimes before, as I'm sitting here petting my cat and talking to you guys, typically I'll put on like a video that is like an endurance athlete pushing themselves. I know it sounds kind of weird, but like mentally it helps me get in the zone of like, all right, I'm about to go give it like this. So like today, I'll probably turn on this triathlete video that I found, Christian Blumenfeld. He's a stud, but we'll turn that on and get in the zone, and obviously pet the cat.
The moment you shape history.
All right, so today I am wearing the New Balance Supercomp V2. Hey, get out of here. Get. These have been by far my favorite training shoe this block. Been wearing them for most of my long runs and my fartlek runs. They do have, I think, a carbon plate or some form of plate in them, but they just feel so good on my feet. I love the tongue and the laces. It just feels so snug on my foot. I'm going to continue to wear them for most of my long runs and my speed stuff just because they feel so good. They are very much tempting me to buy the Supercomp Elites as my race shoe, but we'll see what the bank says about that. But if you're looking for a faster shoe, but a shoe that feels really good on your foot, I mean, I highly recommend these. Shoes are very subjective, but give these a try. They're by far one of my favorites. All right, we're almost there, but first, daddy duty calls. All right, 2K in to the run. Goal, keep heart rate between 145 to 155 for the run. Nice and easy. First gel coming up in 20 minutes. Feeling good. It's a beautiful morning. Let's do it. All right, live gel review. That was first time trying Sis, lime flavor, rating flavor, 6 out of 10. Consistency, really good. Say 8.6 out of 10. Very easy going down. Tear off tab, pretty easy to get off. Say 7.8 out of 10. Overall, happy with it. See how it sits in the stomach. We are 13-ish K in, feeling really good actually. Been averaging around 533 per kilometer. Heart rate has been beautiful, low 140s, which is great. Feeling great. Sun's coming out for the back half. Well, let's finish strong, baby. Best gels in the game by far. Taste, texture, tearability. 9.8 out of 10. Love them. Run done. 26 kilometers. 527 average, 140 heart rate. Absolutely crushed zone 2. Super stoked about that one. Felt great. Now let's get some fueling. All right guys, that is a wrap on the run. I'm drinking a little protein shake here. Stay Above Nutrition. They have a great post-run supplement. Get some protein, some carbs in, get showered up, get a big meal in. But that's all I got for the video today, guys. If you enjoyed this style of video, me breaking down my long run, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Comment below what you think, and I will keep some of these coming. Also comment below if there's anything you would want to see from me. I've had some fun making these videos and hopefully can continue to be consistent with them. I am 10 weeks out from Mississauga Marathon, where the goal is to go 3:10 or faster. Super stoked about that, feeling good, feeling strong. That is all I got for today, guys. As always, dig deep. We'll see you in the next one. What do you think, Winch? Daddy gonna hit his PR? What do you think, Winch? Nope.